What is going on, everybody? It is Aaron here with the Rookie Geek, coming back at you after a little brief break. I had some big stuff going on in my personal life, so I just kind of took a pause on doing videos for a little bit. But something happened yesterday that I just felt like that was the good opportunity to go ahead and start making videos again. And getting this one out as the first one is super exciting for me because I've been waiting probably 2 years now, ever since the first announcement of Robert Pattinson Batman. Obviously, with COVID and everything, it's it's been delayed here and there. But now principal photography and everything is all done, and then we are moving it. We are in post production. It looks like the movie's pretty much done, but we get the trailer. DC Fandom was this past weekend, and DC Fandom is just basically like a D23 with Disney. It's just a big expo with all of their upcoming projects, getting everybody excited for what they have going forward, which I feel like is a question, if you're a superhero fan, that a lot of us have had when it comes to DC, with all the controversial stuff behind the scenes, the too many hands in the kitchen scenario that they tend to have. And I'm always hoping that they're going to learn from this, and whenever they're moving forward. It seems to me like this is a good jumping off point. I know we still have Aquaman and Aquaman 2. We have The Flash. Ben Affleck is supposedly still on or contracted to do another Batman movie. I just don't think, in no reality do I think that's going to be the case. I'm going to guess going forward that if this movie's as good as it seems to be, then maybe Warner Brothers will try and feng shui some things to try and get Robert Pattinson Batman into a larger universe, or they'll just continue just letting him roll with his own Batverse. Either way, I'd be fine. I think we all want to see like a big Justice League done correctly. I loved the Snyder Cut, but with all the hiccups and the problems here and there, I just would like to just see it going a different direction moving forward. But during this trailer, it just starts off big. You see Paul Dano's Riddler just kind of standing with his back towards the police. They arrest him. You see he makes some latte foam art of a question mark into his coffee cup. And I'm assuming that a lot of this in the beginning, just from what I've seen in the teaser trailer and this trailer, is that Paul Dano's Riddler is really just toying with Bruce Wayne. Or at least attempting to, because that's always his deal, right? And then he becomes obsessed with Batman further as they go along, because Batman is such an intelligent character, and it drives Riddler crazy. He has an extreme inferiority complex about it, where he feels like, he just has to be the smartest one in the room, otherwise, he's worthless. So really gets off on talking down to people, and just kind of like, calling them out as they go along for being dumb or whatever. This Riddler seems a little more complex than that. I've said in recent years that the Riddler is primed for a Batman movie, because he could be dark and gritty, almost like a Jigsaw from the horror movie Saw. Putting people in these impossible scenarios to try and save their own lives, when really you're just killing them. Then we go in and we're talking about Robert Pattinson and Andy Serkis's Alfred, which, again, you put Andy Serkis in anything and I'm going to get a little excited about it. He's just great. But it's basically the whole thing of, going forward, you're just going to make this worse, and you're probably going to end up killing yourself, trying to fight these people. And, I don't think Bruce ever really cares about that, and he says it in the trailer. I don't care what happens to me. And I think that that's true in a lot of ways. This obviously is a early Batman. It's not the origin story, which I think we can all, say thank you for that. Because why do we need another Batman origin story? We've had it again and again and again. I think we're all good. I think we know his parents are killed in front of him. That scars him. He decides he wants to clean up the city. He goes through a bunch of hell training and using all of his money to become Batman. We don't really need the rehash, in a movie and taking up valuable time in an otherwise great Batman movie. So, then we're going in. You get to see Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman. A few people have said, "Oh, I'm a little weirded out of the fact that she's just so plain looking as far as like her costume and everything goes." And honestly, I mean, given the fact that what I've seen of the Batsuit is combat boots and things that just seem like they're more put together in a just, I don't know, it just screams early stages of Batman to me, which is great. I want to see early Batman that can go through and actually evolve with these characters, because again, if you do that, you don't need to cross over Batman with all these other superheroes and stuff. You can just have a Batverse and it'll be amazing. If they could somehow build it up to getting to an Arkham Asylum video game type storyline, I would just find that to be extremely entertaining. I think everybody would. And the story's right there. There's really no way that you can not make that a good movie. There are a lot of actions that could be taken by the live action writers for the animated movie writers, because the DC animated movies tend to be really well written. And if you can get through animation, I mean, some people just can't do animation, but if you can get through it, I highly recommend several DC animated movies. They are so good, way better than you think they're going to be, and they also are very dark and adult. But with this, it just seems like everybody's in the early stages. You see Colin Farrell as Penguin. That to me is the most off the wall thing, because it doesn't look anything like Colin Farrell. I also I kind of like the fact that they're going with a Penguin that is not British, because I never really understood that, because the Cobblepats are supposed to be rivals with the Waynes. Now I think maybe I heard at some point in a story that they were shunned out of Gotham because they didn't because the Waynes screwed them over or something. I really don't think that's how it went down, but again, this is where I have my gaps in my knowledge, but it always did make more sense to me for Penguin to have a city accent. Just something a little more raw and less refined. So with this, I really like it. I like the fact that everybody, you're seeing these characters, but they're all learning who Batman is at the same time. So when the trailer wraps up, you see Batman chasing down Penguin, which we saw that in the teaser trailer as well. But then, he thinks he blows Batman up. He says, I got you. And then all of a sudden, of course, the Batmobile comes flying through. And again, this Batmobile again is following suit with everything else, with the, early takes on everything. Everything just seems like it was put together, with room for improvement. Going forward. So it definitely, everything is lining up. Matt Reeves, the director, has said several times that he's going to focus a lot on Batman's detective skills, which I think have been overshadowed in a lot of previous Batman movies. They just don't really touch base on just how good of a detective he is. They did it a little bit in Christian Bale's Batman when he did some ballistic stuff. But you just don't see a lot of it. I want to see Batman walking into a crime scene and actually going and doing the detective work. And it looks like we're going to get that a lot, in this, and that just excites me. And going forward, I'm going to hold out hope for this movie. Batman is a character that is near and dear, I think, to every person's heart that has, been born in the past few generations. Very small percentage of people that don't know who Batman is or wouldn't go see a Batman movie. In this one, I mean, it's gutsy to do another Batman movie when you just recently had this kind of, I don't want to say flop, but just, kind of a stumble and fall with the Ben Affleck Batman. It's not it's not something I was more concerned about than anything, because I just thought to myself at the time, well, this Ben Affleck Batman's still going on, and why are you going to do that? A new Batman when you've got this other Batman. And then now with everything that's happened behind the scenes with Ben Affleck and him not really being Batman anymore, and Henry Cavill now they're saying he's out as Superman, which I am, as a side note, I'm very livid over. Henry Cavill is the best Superman to date. I grew up with Christopher Reeve Superman. I love Christopher Reeve Superman, but Henry Cavill is the quintessential Superman in my opinion. And Man of Steel is still one of my favorite superhero movies of all time. So, with that, and then they have this Flash movie coming out, I'm wondering if maybe they can't reset a lot of stuff with that movie, and then that way they can actually feng shui some stuff. And maybe bring in Robert Pattinson's Batman into this equation. I don't really know how you would attempt to do that, but it'd be interesting to see it. I mean, it is DC, and even Marvel with all of the things they're doing with multiverse. It really allows for anything to happen. But in the meantime, I'm excited just to stay grounded here in this Batman universe. I can't wait to see Paul Dano's Riddler. I'm really hoping that gets super twisted, just because I think the Riddler could be that character. I mean, when you want something dark, it's Batman. He has some of the best villains in all of comic books. From the Joker all the way down to Harley Quinn and Two-Face and Riddler and Penguin, and it just keeps going. And I'm just hoping that we get there. We already have Penguin and Riddler in this one, and we have two great actors attached to them. I'm really hopeful for Robert Pattinson as a Batman. If you're only familiar with his work with the Twilight movies, then I highly suggest going and watching some of the more serious roles that he's done. He has range. He is a great actor. And I think that he fits the quintessential young Bruce Wayne. He just looks like a rich kid. And then he also has this ability to be dark and brooding, and I think that he's going to be a great Batman. Is he going to be the best Batman we've ever seen? I don't know. My favorite Batman of all time, I mean, it's still Michael Keaton. Initially that was the first Batman that I watched, other than the Adam West Batman, but I wasn't too into the series. It was a little before my time, so I didn't do that. I think that Robert Pattinson has a very good chance of being one of my favorites if this movie shapes out the way that I'm hoping it does. I think it's going to hit all the things that we're used to with Batman, and at the same time it's going to hit on the things that should be part of Batman, but really haven't been up to now. But all in all, guys, I am super excited. This trailer was amazing. Let me know what you think. Go down and drop in the comment section and just give me your thoughts on the trailer. And, go ahead and like and subscribe. I'm so excited to keep going forward and making more videos. I have missed making videos, and now I am back and ready to go. All right, guys. Well, go ahead and like and subscribe. Smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Make me happy and make me continue be able to make these videos for you guys. I will see you later, and bye.